when you're on the phone with those agents that are really concerned. And legitimately, they should be very concerned because a lot of them are going to really struggle to make income in this new environment. Here's what you need to be aware of. Last week, the National Association of Realtors wrote a check for $418 million to settle a lawsuit that had been brought in 2019 stating that the National Association of Realtors had a monopoly on agency in America and were requiring homeowners to offer 6% compensation to the listing agent and the buyer's agent. So the lawsuit was that it's not fair that the seller should hold and be responsible for all of the commission when the buyer's agent represents the buyer. And so the National Association of Realtors paid out a $418 million fine to eliminate all future lawsuits about this. But it's changed the landscape of the real estate agency world because now, as a real estate agent, we have to get the buyer to agree to pay us 3% when the buyer may or may not have 3%. So there will no longer, moving forward, be offered compensation from the listing agent or the seller unless the listing agent convinces the seller to offer that compensation. Now, the other change is that when you look at the MLS, the multiple listing service, which is the tool that we as realtors use, we can no longer list the offering compensation that's going to be offered to the buyer's agent. So we used to be able to look at the MLS and say, well, this one's offering 3.5%, this one's offering 3%, this one's offering 2%, and we could literally direct our buyers to whoever was offering the highest compensation. They've eliminated that now. So when you look at the MLS, you don't know. How much is the seller willing to pay? Am I going to get compensated? It's this big to-do in the marketplace. Why am I telling you this? Because if you're on the phone with a real estate agent, they should be very, very concerned. How are they going to get paid? And I'll tell you this, one of the best ways for them to get paid is to be a certified broker and work with investors. So even if there is no compensation for commission being offered for helping to buy the property, they can still earn 3% on helping them get financing for the property. So just be aware, that's what all this hubbub is about. So I want you guys to be educated when you're on the phone with these guys. But that is the workaround, is forget about commission. Why don't you, Mr. and Mrs. Agent, focus on building wealth by buying real estate yourself? And if you were the buyer, would you be concerned with commission if you're going to make money on the transaction, if it's a fix and flip? So maybe we need to get you out of the agency mindset and get you into the investor mentality and help you generate more income. So that's how I want you guys to deal with it and combat it when you're on the phone with those agents that are really concerned. And legitimately, they should be very concerned because a lot of them are going to really struggle to make income in this new environment.